Hi everyone, I hope you're having a fantastic day. I just wanted to share with you some of the ideas that I've come up with using these new little book boxes. So they come in a packet of 10. So they're $17.50 for the packet of 10. So it works out that each little box is only $1.75. So I'll just show you. They come in 2 pieces. So what I'm going to do today is just show you how to put it together and how to decorate it a little bit. So I'm not going to go into the full-on decorations, but I'll just show you a few of my ideas that I come up with, because they can be used more than just a little gift box. So you could use them as a little chocolate box, you know, where you put little homemade chocolates in. You could put a little piece of jewellery in, a gift card, so a credit card size gift card will fit into it quite nicely. Or I'll show you some of the things that I've done. So this little one, and I've just used little Velcro dots to be able to close them up and open them, especially if you're going to be, it's not just a gift box, it's going to be a box that people are going to be wanting to get into. So this one is a little inspiration box. That's my husband's phone going off in the background. But anyway, such is life. So I've just put lots of little inspirational quotes on there. So, and then just decorated them a little bit. So that's one little gift, another little gift idea. This one here I've decorated and just put some Christmas tags in it. So they're all the little Christmas tags. And now we can hear him laughing and talking very loudly, but that's, again, such is life. That's the way that what happens when you live in a household. So there's this one, and how cute is this little ladybug? So this little ladybug punch is actually on the clearance rack at the moment, so it's been reduced down. So again, that's very cute. So if you want to get your hands on it, just let me know, or you can order yourself. And this, I've just made up a little set of concentration cards or memory cards, so all the same on the back, and then you've got matching pairs. So that's just a little, you know, game that you can make up easily, and it's a great way of showing off all the stamps that you love. So that's that little set. And then this little one, these two I've basically made the same, but this one I've done with a little Velcro dot. So it's just empty. And this one I've made using a ribbon. This ribbon, if you love this ribbon, it's really nice. It's also in the clearance rack at the moment. So I thought it's perfect Christmas ribbon. So that's that. So they're just some different ideas that you can use your little boxes for, besides gift boxes. Now, when you're putting it together, it comes pre-taped and it's all pre-scored, so it's very easy to put together. So just bending all the scored bits in, and then you're just folding, taking the backing off one at a time, folding your little flaps in, and then closing that off and pressing down firmly. And then the same with the other side. So you're just creating a little box part first. So just flanges in and then just flipping that over and pressing down. So you've got your little box made. And then on your little cover part, you'll see there's tape already here. Now this tape here, I have been covering over that because I want my boxes to be able to be opened and closed. If this was purely going to be a gift box that you were not wanting, that the person didn't need to reuse, then cover that over. If they're not wanting to reuse it, then of course you can fasten that with the tape. But if you're wanting to be able to open and close that, it's really strong tape, and so it will tear. So if you close that up like that and pressed it down, you could open it, but it's going to tear any paper that you've got covering the box. Okay, so just being aware of that. So what I'm going to do, I'm not going to put them together yet because I'm going to cover this first. I just find it easier to handle to cover that first. So these are the Take a Bow 6-inch squares. So you could use any paper to cover it. I'm finding though, just for coordination, that when you use the 6-inch squares, everything will coordinate. So no matter what papers you use, you're going to be able to coordinate them quite easily. So let's pick, actually I'm a bit, I do like this and this together, and will we go the florals as well. So I'm quite liking that combo, so I'm going to go that combo, and we'll put the rest away. Put those across there. So now all I'm going to do is, because this is actually 7 inches long, so the 6-inch square isn't going to quite do it. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to go a little border of the red and then a wrap around in that, a wrap around in that. Excellent, that's what I'm going to do. So what I'm going to do is cut 3/4 of an inch off the border. So we've got 1, 2, 3/4 of an inch is there. And then I'm going to cut a second one. So 2 3/4 of an inch, and these are 6-inch squares. And this is a beautiful cutter. I do love it. And then we're going to cut this down to 4 inches. Then I've got my trusty tape here. So we're going to, and of course the 6-inch papers are double-sided. So, you know, you've got lots of sides to choose from. I just take the tape off, and then we just line it up. Now, I might lift the paper off so we've got black on black. So you just line it up at the top or a little bit over and run it down the edge. Okay, so that's what you're doing. Then I'm just turning it over and just trimming that off. So just trimming around the rounded corner, yeah. Now, if you were wanting to cover the inside, you could do the same sort of thing on the inside, and then we'll just do the same on the other end. Of course, you could use glue or a tape runner. I just find I like using the double-sided tape. It gives me that freedom of it sticking, but also staying in place so it's not going and moving on me. So again, you're just doing the same on the other side, lining it right up against the edge and then just trimming off any little extra bits there. So just using your scissors to just go trim it off around the edge. Then for this part, now this part I found the easiest way to do it is if you put tape down the spine and then along the long edges on the cover, and again it doesn't really matter, but this is the way I find it easiest to do this part. And then the short edges on the actual paper. So remember, this paper I've cut down to 6 by 4 inches. Now, if you sort of just roughly look, I've done it so that it's overlapping, okay? So it's just slightly overlapping. So if you're not exact, it doesn't, in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't really matter. Now, with it just like that, just bend this so that the paper is feeling like it's bending, because if you don't give it that bit of a bend, then it doesn't go together as nicely. So that just helps it a little bit. Now, if you just take the tape back to just over halfway, take the spine off, and then take one end off, what I then find is if you eyeball it and line it up, so that's about right. So if we look at that, yep, that's about right. So if we look at this edge, if we've cut it properly, it should match up. So then you can see there's no white border there or there. It's all matched up nicely. Okay, so then we can press down. Then we can make sure we bend that into position, and then we can bend this into position. Now, it might be just, I don't know if you can see here, it's, oh, there. It's just very slightly misaligned, but we can just manhandle it into position again, okay? So now this is when you can take the rest of the tape off and then just bending it, and again just getting up to the top and just with your fingers just pushing over so that that is all lining up and that that's bending into position. And so that's your little cover done. And again, you could do the same on the inside, but I'm going to leave it because I'll probably pop a little note in there or put a circle die cut with a little message on that in there. But you can see this one I've cut down, leaving an even border. So I've just cut that 1/4 of an inch less than what the measurements are, okay? And then I've done the same on the inside as well. So that's up to you. I don't usually cover this part here because that's where your box is going to go. So we've got that part done. Now we're going to just do the little wrap around. So the wrap around is, this measurement is 1 inch. So if we cut 1 inch of the leaves, so just take it to that inch there. So we just need one because that will do the front and back of the little flap. And this is where I would take that piece off because that'll just help this stick down. And so I just line it up to where it folds. Take it along. Oh, and I forgot to take the tape off. go. And then just fold that back on itself. We're going to use it again in a minute to do the other side anyway. And we're just going to cut around the rounded flap. There we go. And then we're going to do, we've got this piece left over, and then that's going to do the front of the flap. So we just again line it up. And I'm just going to cut around that. So of course you could just use a 7 by 4 inch piece, but I just think it looks nice to have that little coordinating border there, and it's a great way of using up your 6 by 6 papers. But like I said, you can use any papers you like. Just give that a little bend, and we should have probably, I completely forgot, should have bent that as we were sort of putting it on. So that's our little flap. Now we've got our little box. So on some of these, I don't know if you can see here, I've left a little border. So with this one, I've left a little border. So this is 3/4 of an inch on this one. And then on others, on the little ladybug one, I've done 1 inch. So you can see there's no, it's just flush up against the box. So this measurement here is 1 inch. So I'm going to, what am I going to do? I think I might, because I quite like the little border. So I'm going to cut 2, because I've got these little leftover bits and they're 3/4 of an inch. So I need 2 and just a little bit to go around the box. So I'm just going to cut the red. So again, you can do anything you like, you know, it's up to you. These are just my suggestions. So I'm going to go 3/4 of an inch with this one. So if you were doing 1 inch, then you just need a 1/3 one to go around, because as you'll notice, when you go around the box, the 2 lots of 6 inches aren't quite enough to get all the way round. So just popping some tape on again. And I just put it on its side, and again just eyeballing it so that you're getting a little even border top and bottom, and then just wrapping it around. And then with the next one, the same thing. So just, you can butt it up against or just slightly overlap it, whichever you prefer. And again, just eyeballing it into the middle. Just sort of putting a bit of tension on it to keep it nice and straight. And as you can see, there's just a little bit left over there. So that's where, these were the little bits that I cut off when we were doing the border part. So this part here, that was the little bit of left over. So now I can actually just use that bit, and we'll just cut that bit there, because that was rounded off going around the round corner, and then just line that up. Okay, so that's our little box covered. Now, some people will put a little insert in there. You can, you know, add as much as you want to. I'm just showing you this so that you've got an idea of how simple it is to decorate these little boxes. So now I've taken the 2 pieces of tape off here, and now we're just going to eyeball this. So you're basically just wanting to pop it in the middle and press down. Then you've got your little box is all done. So now what you could do is you could put some ribbon on. So you could add the ribbon. So popping a bit of tape here, popping a little icon of some description. You know, you could pop a little gingerbread house, you could put a Christmas star, a Christmas tree, you know, whatever you like. So I've put, on the one that I've used the ribbon, I've put a little bit, some tape here. I've put my ribbon on and then tied it at the side. And then the icon I've stuck over the top. So that again helps to hold the ribbon in place. Or with this one, I've just used the little Velcro dot. So it depends on whether, if someone's going to use what's inside often, then probably the Velcro dot is the easiest thing. I just picked these up from Officeworks. If you want the decoration of a ribbon, which the ribbon always looks nice, then, you know, add the ribbon. So it's up to you, wonderful women. Have a play. Let me know if you would like a packet. I'm happy to sell you them singly if you just want 1 or 2. So just let me know. Okay, darling women, have a wonderful day, and I hope this has shown you or given you some inspiration for another few ideas. And if you come up with some ideas of how to use your little boxes, then please let me know, because I'd love to find out what you're doing with your book boxes. Okay, so take care, and we'll speak again soon. Bye. Happy crafting.